Alright, good evening. Happy Thursday, everybody out there in YouTube land. Excuse me. Welcome back to Workshop Taz. Today we're going to try to tackle programming the Vulcan Omnipro 220. I've got a little bit of an idea. I worked with it here this past week, and I think I got it figured out. We'll see what happens. You have 5 memories per each process. And for some strange reason, when I read the manual, I thought you had 5 memories for all of it. And I thought, well, that's not enough memory. That's incorrect. You have 5 memories for each process. So if you're going to do stick, you have 5 memories. If you're going to do TIG, you have 5 memories, blah, 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 on each process. If I am doing this the way I think it is, if you set a program that you like, and then you decide to add another one, it takes that first one you put in and it moves it to position number 2. And I don't know if it does that with everything. I'm tempted to do a hard reset on this because I've got some programs in there. I'm just going to keep going and see what happens. I'm sure you can override it. We'll try to experiment with it and see what happens. Anyway, I'm doing this without it on just yet because it's going to be noisy. I'm going to flip it around, turn it on, and we'll see what happens. And hopefully this time it works. So let's flip it around and come down here. Turn the power on. Uh-oh. Huh. I didn't plug it in. I'm not real sure about this, but I think you want to plug it in. I mean, you know, I thought maybe the power would just magically go through the air into the machine and when it work. Apparently it doesn't work that way. So let's plug it in. And yes, we are using 110 today. 120, sorry, 120 today. Okay, let's try this again. Switch. Power. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, we are on stick. And this was a save setting I already had. And this is what I'm having trouble with, is wiggling the camera all over the place. So I apologize for that. So let's try to, okay, let's go home. Okay, or MIG steel, we got MIG steel, you'd have 5 memories for that, you'd have 5 memories for that, 5 memories for that, da-da-da-da-da. So let's use stick just because. So let's go to stick, no gas required. Let's use a 7 series stick electrode, we'll confirm that. Let's see, let's go to here, let's go 1/8, and let's go... Well, I guess it's only give me 12 gauge. I guess that's all I have. Okay, so we'll confirm that. Output is off. We'll confirm that. Now, here's where it gets weird. I go all the way down. Save settings. You can recall settings, but let's save settings. So, this is what we got. It's in memory 1. But you saw what I had. This is what's in memory 1. If I confirm this, it will ask overwrite memory settings. So let's say yes. Okay, now this is moved to memory number 1, what I just put in here. Okay, 80 amps is maximum because I'm on 120. So let's see if we go to memory 2, and it made a liar out of it. So it overrode that. It did not put. So let's do it. Let's try this again. So let's go to memory number 2. And let's go to home here and see if this will work. Here. Let's go to stick. Okay, that's required. This time we're going to use a 6 series stick. We'll confirm that. Let's go 3/32. 16 gauge. Let's go 14. Let's go 16 gauge. And we'll confirm that. Put us off. And let's take the amperage and go down to 40. Let's say we're going to do some really thin stuff here. And we'll go that way, and then we'll go here and save settings. And that will be for 2. Confirm, override, yes. And there it is for number 2. Now let's see if it's saved for number 1. Oops. And it did. So it saved my 12 gauge. Okay. 1/8. Okay, and then number 2 is 60. Okay, so let's go to number 3. I guess if you turn it to the one that you're going to program, and then you go back to home here, and you go here. Let's go, and like I said, we're just using stick just for, it's easier for me. Let's go, we'll do a 60, that's fine. Let's go 1/8. Let's go 12 gauge. Let's go here. Output is off. That's 70. Let's go 60 amps. Just for something to do. Let's go 65, just because it sounds like fun. Okay. And then we have stick, 60 series, 8th, 12 gauge. That, go here, save settings. 3, and yes, and it saved it. Okay. So that's how you do it. You take, ooh, why does this sucker get, where did I just get heat from? That's weird. It's like something's getting hot. It's not getting hot here. Weird. Maybe it's just me. So 4. So like I said, you go to whatever memory you want. Slot number 1, I put the 70. Slot number 2, I did 60, 16 gauge, 3/32 40. Slot number 3, or memory number 3, 60, 12 gauge, 1/8, and 65 amps. And now, if I can get up, and then, now here's the weird part that I don't like. Okay, so let's say we go back home. Let's see if we want to recall. So here's the thing. If you want to recall your memory, you have to do this, and I think this is kind of stupid in my opinion. Go here, go here, go here. And you have to, let's see, go all the way through that and then hit, oops, recall settings. So there's my settings, which is fine. But in my opinion, you have to go through. I wish there was something where you just hit memory and it was already in there. It is saved in the memory, but you have to go to your process, hit it, you know, find what you, and it doesn't even matter if you change it. You just have to go through all these steps, and then you go to recall settings. Settings that I saved. So I'm going to run this through one more time, just so you go back to home. We're in home mode. Go through here, go stick, because that's where I saved everything. Stick, push it again, confirm, 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 output is off, confirm, confirm one last time, and then you go to recall settings. And there's the settings that I saved. So hopefully that helped. Excuse me. Hopefully that helped you guys out a little bit. I don't know if anybody's really interested in saving the settings. If you have some favorite settings that you'd like to save on the machine, it probably. I'm gonna turn this off because this puppy's noisy and I don't feel like yelling over it. Hang on, give me a second here. There we go. I don't know if you feel like saving the memories on. I wanted to put that option out there. When I started to do this on a video, one of my viewers said I was really close to programming it, and I just didn't go one step farther. So I did that. Hopefully that helps you guys a little bit if you plan on saving the memories. I think it's kind of a pain in the butt that you have to go through the whole process. You know, you have to go all the way through it, and then you get to the memory and recall. It's not that big of a deal. It just seems kind of weird to me. I'd like something more lazy where you just have a memory setting, hit your memory, it gives you your list, and go from there. That's just my opinion. To me, this reminds me of going past the freeway, turning around, and getting back on it. That's just my opinion. So play around with it. If you guys get the machine, I want to erase this memory, and I want to go through some of my favorite settings on some stick this weekend, and then save it and see what happens with that, see how functional that is. It's something to have. It's kind of nice to have memory in there for if you want to use that. Now, the other project I had, I showed you guys here in the last video of the Hobart that I'm working on. And So I finally got the capacitors wired up. Everything's almost ready to go. I have to take this little guy here. This is the last capacitor. And we need to stick that puppy up. I don't know if you can see that in the ceiling here. So I'm either going to silicone that or use a bracket, or I have some really industrial grade Velcro that would definitely put that thing up there, and it won't shake loose. It's some pretty gnarly Velcro. So I don't know if the problem is I can't find it. So I'll look for that. If not, like I said, I might silicone on that. I went to my favorite hardware store, got a bracket for it. Bracket's too big, so I'm going to take that back and see if I can find a smaller one. If that's the case, then I'll just drill a hole up in there. This thing will go up. You know, actually, that might stick down too far. Oh, no, it'll be all right once I get it up there. But inside, of course. But we'll see what happens with that. On the other side here, the Hobart. Already got that stuff mounted in. I double-checked my wiring to make sure. So here, hopefully this weekend, I'll get that other capacitor mounted. And we'll fire that puppy up, and you'll be the second to know if it catches on fire, blows up, or makes a lot of noise. That's all I got. Hopefully that programming, guys, helped you a little bit. I'll play with it more. I probably didn't do a real good job explaining it. Hopefully it gives you guys a rough something to play with. I'm going to try to store some memories in there and bounce back and forth between some processes and see how it works. Other than that, that's all I got. So hang in there. Check back with me sometime this weekend. Hopefully we'll get this Hobart finished up, and I'm dying to try it. This is my little buddy here. This machine's 20 years old, and it's always been there for me. So this is why I'm resurrecting it, I guess. I shouldn't say resurrecting. It's preventive maintenance. It needed some caps, so I put them in there, and we'll see what happens. With that, have a great weekend. If I don't get back to you Friday, stay safe, have fun. Please push that little subscribe button. I want to see. I can't see it in this camera, but I think it's off that. No, it's off that. So anyway, it's over there somewhere. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it, and we'll come back with hopefully some more fun stuff this weekend. Weather's supposed to be nice. We'll do some welding, get this machine running, and then one of these days here I'm going to do a comparison with all three machines. So thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye.